In today's video, we are going to talk about spiritual and energetic reasons of various illnesses. So stay tuned until the end to understand what your body is trying to tell you about its energy levels, different fears, and how it's storing energy overall. My name is Daria. Welcome to my online meditation school where I teach you how to live happier and more purposeful lives. If you find this video useful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel because I post videos every Wednesday and they may change your life. Also, I leave my Patreon page where you can go and support the channel. So now let's get into this. Probably some of you may know that I am actually a trained hypnotherapist. I'm both clinical hypnotherapist registered with American Hypnosis Association, and I also practice quantum healing hypnosis technique by Dolores Cannon. So in my practice, I get very many people coming to see me for various specific health issues. For those of you who don't know, actually there is a part of my preferred healing method, which is the quantum healing hypnosis technique by Dolores Cannon, where there is specific time where the subconscious is going through the body, it's scanning the body, it's trying to detect all the health issues that the body may have, plus we are trying to address all the issues that the client brought in a list of questions for the subconscious to heal the body. And what's happening in the sessions is that the subconscious can very often detect certain blockages of energy or certain emotions in a client and can directly translate those and connect those to various illnesses. So as you may imagine, we live in a society which is very stressful. We live in a society which is fast-paced and so on and so on. So I've got pretty much everybody coming with some sort of health issues that are stress-related. So I have a lot of clients coming with various issues like migraine, bad sleep, back pain, neck pain, and so on and so on. The list is very long. It may be also diabetes, very often in this day and age, a lot of people with thyroid problems. And what's happening in the sessions is that we are going to the theta state of the brain, and in that state I talk to client subconscious and I actually ask the subconscious if they can detect any of the energy blockages or any emotion stored in various parts of the body. And interestingly enough, the subconscious is always able to detect those, because what's happening in my hypnosis sessions is that in theta state, actually the client is starting to work through its limbic brain, which is on the other hand regulating autonomic nervous system. So what's happening is that the body has the opportunity and time, because in my session the client is in that state for a prolonged period of time, is able to go and heal itself. And in today's video I wanted to tell you what I have been getting in my sessions from the subconscious of various clients, and what is the way that the subconscious is translating various illnesses from the energetical point of view. Before I move into explaining a few very specific examples, I would like to tell you that we very often consider that some illness or accident happens to us because that's a genetical type that we have, or this is something that is very random and it's down to luck or chances. In practical terms, the way the subconscious sees it, it's none of those. So we have to understand that everything that is happening to us is the result of the energy flowing or the energy not flowing, actually, to be very precise, in our body. So the energy is disrupted, and if it's disrupted for a prolonged period of time in a certain part of the body, this may well show itself as a certain type of illness. And in the sessions that I facilitate, that's very often what's being discussed with the subconscious. And then there are very often situations where the subconscious can go and release that energy, and that is immediately bringing relief to a client. And to be very specific, even the knowledge itself by the client, what is the reason of particular energy blockage, is already a quite valuable piece of information. And very often what happens is that when clients get to know about that, they are able to make this connection in their brain, and then the light bulb comes on and they say, so that's why I have that. Now I understand. So for example, something that has been linked to some traumatic experience might have in the childhood that they buried in the subconscious and they don't even remember about that. And in the session they start linking that pain that they have in their body to that experience, and already bringing up this information is allowing them to move the energy through that part of the body and release that energy. So now let's move on to the part of this video that you might have been waiting for. And let's talk about some specific issues. And I want you to go there with me, and I want you to try to understand what I'm trying to say, because this is a type of a language that the body has with us, where the body talks to us in the form of energy. So what I want you to be able to do after watching this film is to understand that language, to try to understand the fundamentals. So let's take first the example of thyroid problems. I get that very often in my sessions, and so I wanted to talk about that. And on, it is the same thing. So when the subconscious discovers that there is some problems with thyroid, or goes to check what is the problem with the thyroid, usually the answer is they are not talking their truth. They are not speaking what they are meant to be speaking. They are not speaking up, and so on and so on. So usually when there's a thyroid problem, it's an indication that you are not telling your truth. You are hiding your true thoughts, and you are not expressing them. And so now let's move to the eye problem. And I would like you to leave a comment below if you actually have already the idea what the problems with the eyesight might be. Also, if you have any problems with your body that are prolonged and that the doctors cannot really associate with any immediate events and they are not going away, please leave the comment below, and I will try to uncover with you how to debunk the language of the body. So let's move back to the eyes. Probably you might be already guessing that eyes is when the client is not seeing something. And that's exactly what the subconscious is usually saying in the session. She is not seeing something. He is not trying to see the reality. He doesn't see clearly. He doesn't see the truth. So these are the messages that the body is trying to convey when there are problems with the eyes. The next one that I often come across in the sessions is heart problems. Heart problems usually happen to people who have been through the heartache. So it's usually linked to some emotional problems that somebody has in a romance department. So somebody who's been through a heartbreak, who hasn't healed from the heartbreak, who is not open to find love, who doesn't feel lovable. So very often when you feel that way, or where you have the trauma from the past experience, the body will express that through some problems with the heart, right? So I hope that at this point you can already start to understand how the body is communicating with us via showing us those energy blockages in different parts of the body as illnesses. The next one that I want to talk about I'm not gonna go through the whole body, but I just want to give you a few examples so that you can then go and look at different things that are happening to you and have an understanding what that may be without going to quantum healing session, right? So you can be in that discussion and in that communication with your body all the time. So the next one I find very, very often is something about shoulder pain, neck pain, some sort of stiffness possibly. That is usually linked to the fact that the client is having too much on their shoulders, or they are not flexible enough if they have a stiffness, or they are carrying too much weight on their shoulders. So that's usually something along these lines. The next one I want to talk about is knees, legs, hips. Every time when I have a client who has also the feet, actually I had a client who had a very serious accident when she hurt her feet to a very major degree. And every time when there is feet, knees, hips, legs, and there is some sort of problem there, you are not going into the right direction, or that you are going in the wrong direction, or you are moving too fast in the wrong direction, or you are moving too slowly in the right direction. So it's always either about the direction of the way that you should be moving in your life, or it's all about the speed. So you're either going too fast in the wrong way, or you're going too slow in the right way. And the last one that I wanted to share with you today is unfortunately the cancer. So pretty much and that is actually true for myself and other practitioners. So I'm not telling you about something that only I experience in my sessions, but this is also true with other practitioners who are also practicing Dolores Cannon quantum healing hypnosis technique. So if you meet somebody with a cancer, you can basically ask them a question: what are you angry about? So usually the cancer is the expression of anger. And again, this is not something I invented or I knew about. This is something what the subconscious of various clients is repeating on and on and on. And the very interesting thing about it is how homogeneous is this message across different clients. So if you meet somebody who has a cancer, or this is you, hopefully not, you can pretty much ask the question: what are they angry about? They are carrying some very heavy anger, probably since a long time. And another obviously level of understanding is to know where the cancer is located, because the organ that they have it attached to will pretty much tell you what they are angry about. So I hope that by telling you all of this, you are now able to more or less associate different illnesses to different energy blockages and certain emotions in the body. And you don't need to go to QHHT session to pretty much understand what is happening. At the same time, if you still cannot work it out, there is a Dolores Cannon website, which I link down below. I also link down below my site. You can drop me a line. Also, you can possibly have a session and try to understand for yourselves what your body is trying to tell you. So that's it for today. I hope it was helpful and insightful. And until next time, blessings.